Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
Good.
By the way, where are you now?
I am in Vietnam. Where are you?
In Vietnam. I'm in Indonesia, especially exactly in English Village. Do you know English Village?
English Village. I've heard about it, but I've never been there.
Oh yeah, but you know, right? From me?
Shouldn't English Village be in England?
No, in Indonesia, in East Java. Exactly.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Mhm. So I
East
have
Java, not West Java.
no, no, East Java, especially in exactly in Pare.
Okay.
Kediri. Mhm. We call it
Never
here
been there.
this English village. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Come here, visit
Okay.
us.
On the way.
Okay,
Oteway.
okay, okay. So I have a project from my teacher, talk with a foreigner. So it's okay if I record you on my on Instagram. It's okay, right?
Okay, yeah.
I have some question for you.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, before
I'm ready.
uh, before I before I ask you the question, maybe can you introduce yourself first?
Introduce my introduce myself.
Yeah.
What do you want to know? My name is Mike in
Your name and where are
Vietnam.
you from?
I'm originally from Canada and I'm living now in Vietnam.
You have you work in Vietnam right now?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Your mother language is English, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm from Ontario, Canada.
Ontario, Canada. So,
Yeah.
what is the most favorite place for tourism in Canada, especially in your city?
There's so many places, but probably the best known ones worldwide would be something like Niagara Falls.
Sorry, necropoles?
Niagara Falls.
This is escaping or what? What is that?
It's a waterfall.
Oh, it's waterfall.
Yeah. It's
So,
very famous. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many places. There's beautiful Rocky Mountains in Canada, and on the East Coast there's beautiful ocean, and in the middle it's prairies. So it's a lot of different places there. It's kind of like Indonesia. There's lots of different areas.
oh, Canada is big, right?
Yeah, I think it's 6,000 kilometers from east to west.
Wow, it's more big than Indonesia.
Oh yeah, more land but fewer people. We only have about I think 35 million people. So Indonesia has a lot more people than Canada.
Yeah. So, uh, did you ever live in Indonesia, right?
I did. I was there for, oh, I think maybe it was 8 years altogether, something like that.
Uh, um, do you have a culture shock when you live in Indonesia? The difference with Canada?
Yeah, when I first got there, a lot of the culture shock I don't remember because I was there for so long, but when I first got there, it was definitely different than Canada.
What is that?
In Canada, because we have colder weather, we spend a lot of time indoors. And in
Indoors.
Indonesia, so if you walk down the street in Canada, you don't see anybody. But in Indonesia, if you walk down the street, everybody is out and about. And
Yeah,
in Canada, we live more separately. And in Indonesia, people are always out and together.
especially in Bali, yeah.
Yeah, Bali for well, everywhere though. Even in Jakarta, when I first went there, you walk down the street and everybody's doing their business out on the street. They're visiting each other and sitting on the porch, and it's a much more less isolated, I guess. In Canada, we stay at home a lot because we're avoiding the weather.
It's so cold, yeah, in
In
Canada.
some of the time, it is, yeah.
Cold season, it's more than what is cold season more
Uh,
than summer season, I think, in Canada. Yeah,
Yeah, the
that's
best weather, the warmest weather is July and August. And
July and
then
August.
September it gets rainy, it starts to get cooler, and then colder in October, and then November starts to snow. So it's November, December, January, February, March are cold months, and then it
Mm-hmm.
starts to get warm April, May, June, and then summertime in July.
So, in a cold season, what you do? Just stay at home, or what you do in
Uh,
Canada?
no,
Normal people.
people have adapted to it. So you just put on a lot of clothing. You put on warm socks and boots and a jacket and hat and mittens on your hands, and you go outside. You just do the same thing you do in regular life. You go shopping, you go to the mall, or if you like winter sports, you can go outside and ride a snowmobile or go
Mm-hmm.
skiing. Yeah, there's lots of activities you can do. You just have to make sure that you're dressed well for it so you don't get cold when you're outside.
So we need to use a lot of stuff, yeah, a lot of clothes.
Yeah, when you get up in the morning to go outside, it takes a while to get dressed and ready to go. It's not you can't just put on your slippers and go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Normally in Indonesia, we are take a shower 2 times. What about Canada when a cold season? Just 1 time?
Shower?
Yeah, take a shower.
Yeah, usually just in the morning, just to wake up in the morning, and
Uh-huh.
sometimes to have a nice hot shower because sometimes the house is a little bit cold. You have a nice hot shower to start the day. And that's it because the weather is cool, so you're not sweating all day long like you do in Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesia is so hot, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have, in your place, do you have a traditional food?
People often ask me that, but Canada is a
Uh-huh.
nation of immigrants. So people are there from all over the world. So
Okay.
probably a real traditional food would be something that the indigenous people would eat, something like moose meat or beaver meat or something like that. But
Oh,
you can't really call it a national food because I would say
national
probably
food.
only one probably only 1% of the population ever ate it, something like
Mm-hmm.
that. But
Mm-hmm.
now people are saying that poutine from Quebec, they're saying now that that's a Canadian food. It's French fries with cheese curds and gravy on it. But that's very recent that people started calling that like the official Canadian food. But
Mm-hmm.
usually it's you can get food from almost anywhere in the world because
Mm-hmm.
everybody's an immigrant.
Mm-hmm. So you don't have a specific food, yeah, for
Not really, no. And because the cold weather, we don't get a lot of fresh fruit and that sort of thing in the wintertime. Like, I don't think I ever ate a mango or a papaya in my life until
oh,
I went to Indonesia for the first time. So
are you
we have a lot of fruit that gets shipped from Mexico and warm countries.
oh,
But back when I was growing up, we didn't have a lot of fresh fruits. We just had like apples and oranges, and sometimes we would get bananas from Mexico. We didn't have the variety of fruit that people have now.
so right there the fruit it's so expensive, yeah, exotic fruit like a mango, banana, pineapple. It's gonna be so
Yeah,
expensive there.
usually, especially in the wintertime. In the summertime, there's some areas like in our province my province is, about 2,500 kilometers wide. So I live in the north part where it's cold, and in the southern part's not so cold. And they grow peaches and cherries, and they used to grow tobacco. So there are lots of things that are grown, but only one season, only in the summertime. So in the wintertime, they have to they have to get imported from a long way.
Mm.
So
How about
summertime, you can get fruits and vegetables at a reasonable price, but wintertime they're more expensive.
mm, depends on the season, yeah.
Yeah, the season and the distance that they're shipping it.
Yeah. so far more expensive.
Yeah.
So, do you have a traditional dance in Canada? No?
No, it would be the same. It would be the same answer. There's so
Oh.
many cultural groups that it would just depend on which cultural group you're from.
Mm-hmm.
We've got lots of people from anywhere, from England, Scotland, Ireland, Portuguese, Ukrainian, Polish,
No, Indonesia there?
Africa, anywhere in Africa. We have Indonesians. We have any people are there from any part of the world. So if you went to a celebration for a friend who is from a different culture, then you would see their cultural dance, but there wouldn't really be something that was Canadian.
Mm. So, are you original from Canada, right?
I was born in Canada, and I think it was my great grandmother
Mm-hmm.
that came to Canada from England.
Oh,
So I
you are a British
grandpa.
people.
I am fourth generation Canadian.
Oh,
Yeah.
so move in another question. What about the education system right there? I mean, in Canada.
The
Same?
education,
Yes.
we have, we usually start in kindergarten, like it's grade one. We would start at maybe 4 or 5 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have 12 grades 1 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then after grade 12, you would go to work or you would go to college or university. So I think it's also in Indonesia 12 grades, isn't it?
It's the same, yeah. In
Yeah.
Indonesia,
But our
normally, yeah.
but in our schools, it would start 9 o'clock in the morning and end 3:30 in the afternoon. So we don't. I
Oh,
know some
different.
schools in Indonesia you go in the morning or the afternoon, but in Canada you
Yes.
go 9 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And usually you
That's the
start in
difference.
September. You start in
Uh-huh.
September and go till December. Then you have 2 weeks off for Christmas, and then you go
Mm-hmm.
back in January, February, and March. You usually have 2 weeks off. They call it study. We'll go on vacation, and then
Mm-hmm.
May and June. At end of June, school would finish, and you would be on vacation July and August. So you have one long vacation in the summertime, July, August, and then two short vacations, December and March.
A lot of holiday, yeah.
Yeah, usually we have one national day, like one red day every month.
Every month. Have a free
Yeah,
day,
only we don't
off
call them
day.
red days. We don't call them red days like in Indonesia. We call them statutory holidays.
Statutory. Sorry?
Statutory holidays.
Statutory holidays. Not
Yeah,
red day, yeah. In Indonesia,
right.
we call it a tanggal merah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same thing, but just different name.
Yes, just different name. The meaning is the same,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, how long have you been in Vietnam right now?
I just came here in January, so almost 4
Oh,
months.
4 months. So, so in Canada, before come to Indonesia and another country, you are in Canada. How long? How long have you been in Canada before?
I was born in Canada, and the first time I moved overseas was when I was 42 years old.
Oh, I would let you
So
go around the
so
world.
for the first 42 years of my life, I stayed in Canada, and then at 42, I moved away. I went to Maldives first, and then
Mm.
Indonesia was my second country overseas.
Oh, second country. After that,
Yeah. After Indonesia, where did I go? I went 1 year in Africa. Well, but
mm-hmm.
yeah, it was only like 3 months in the end. and then Indonesia again, and then Maldives again, and then Indonesia again, and now Vietnam.
So, what is the most favorite country?
Well, I think I have to say Canada because it's my home country, but I think I'm going to retire in Indonesia because I like Indonesia.
Especially Bali.
Bali is nice. For me, it's a little bit too busy. I like it quieter and more natural. I don't really.
Oh,
I think Bali is getting a little bit too much tourism, but it's a nice
yeah.
place to be.
Yes, because it's easy to find a bule food, I think.
Yeah, which doesn't matter to me. I like any kind of food. So that's one thing I miss when I'm in Vietnam. I miss nice, spicy Indonesian food.
Oh, in Vietnam, don't have a spicy food.
They do have some, but I find it's much more plain than in Indonesia. Not as much flavor.
Oh, yes, Indonesia have a lot of flavor, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
you,
in Vietnam, they eat noodles all the time, and in Indonesia, they eat rice all the time.
yeah.
Yeah, they do
So what
have
do you
rice in
prefer? Yeah,
what do I
continue.
prefer? I prefer
Yes,
potatoes.
potatoes. Yeah, because your country is
Yeah,
food. My food is potato.
Canada, we eat potatoes all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, every culture seems to have a one main carbohydrate. In Canada, it's potatoes. Indonesia is rice, and Vietnam is noodles.
Rice, noodles. What about the Maldives?
Maldives, their food is much more like food from India. So they eat a lot of rice and bread there.
And strong flavor too, right?
Yeah, lots of curry
Mm,
and spicy food also. Yeah, and well, Maldives really they have a lot of fish because
fish.
it's all islands, so everything is tuna fish.
You, you're gonna be healthy.
Yeah.
So you miss Indonesian food right now?
Yes, I do, but I'm going to be there in 2 weeks, so I'll be able to have Indonesian food for 3 days.
Oh, oh, lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me.
Yes. So you will come to Indonesia as soon as possible, yeah?
Yeah, there's a holiday here
Mm-hmm.
for 5 days for Labor Day and one other national holiday. I can't remember what it is. And so I'm going to go to Bali to check on. I have my friend has a house there. They're doing renovations, and I'm going to stay there later. So I'm just going to visit and to check out the house.
Oh, the house is ready right now?
They're renovating it now.
Renovating. So when
Yeah.
you come in Indonesia, it's ready? No, still renovating?
I don't. No, I don't think so. They've been working on it for about 3 months now, and now they're taking a break for Eid al-Fitr. But it should be close, but I don't think it's going to be finished.
Oh, okay.
Maybe by the
But it's
end of
and the end of
end
May.
of May, maybe. Yeah.
So it's gonna be 1800%, 18%, sorry.
Probably, yeah,
18.
80%, yeah.
Yeah. So after that,
So we'll
you
see. I'm,
after
I'm anxious to see. Next week, I'll see it. I'll see how much they have work they have left.
mm, come to Pare, English Village.
Then you'll have to pay me because I'll be your English teacher.
Oh my God, it's so expensive. It's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be expensive, very expensive.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from East Kalimantan, exactly in Balikpapan City.
Okay. Oh yes, Oil City.
Yes, Oil City. It's Oil
Very good.
City.
Yeah.
By the way, you ever come to Balikpapan City, right?
I was there in maybe 2000. 2015, something like that.
Mm-hmm. So what's your first impression about Balikpapan City?
First impression. That was so
Mm-hmm.
long ago. Yeah, it seemed fine to me. I don't really remember a distinct impression. Just seemed like a nice city, right on the sea with good seafood.
Mm-hmm. A lot of seafood there because so close
Yeah.
with the beach.
And I remember I went to a market one time and we had prawns. And the prawns were, one prawn was the size of my hand. I've never seen a prawn so big before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we went to see crocodiles, and
Did you
yeah, I liked
eat
it. It was nice.
satay? Satay crocodile?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think
That's
the one
good.
I had was the one I had I think was a little bit old because it tasted very fishy. I didn't really like it. I don't think it
Oh, you don't really like
was. I
it.
don't think it was fresh.
I never tried, by the way.
Oh no, it just tastes a little bit like chicken, a little bit like fish. But this one was a little bit too fishy. I think it was. I don't think it was fresh.
The meat is hard. The texture, I mean.
Maybe kind of like beef. I don't
Oh,
really remember. I can't remember distinctly because it didn't taste that great, so I didn't pay too much attention to it.
yeah, because it's been a long time ago.
Yeah,
So, today, are you off?
I am off because I have every Saturday and Sunday off.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to know?
Um, I think I have my question. It's gone right now. Do
Oh,
you
okay.
have a question for me?
Tell me a little bit about the program at English Village. How
The
long will
pro
you be there, and what do you do there?
in a English village, especially exactly in BEC, we have program CTC. CTC, it's forget. CTC is 3 months and TC is 3 months. TC is training. Oh my God, training class.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's 6 months
CTC,
total, the program?
yeah, a 6 months program. CTC is candidate training class, and
Okay,
TC is training class. Now I'm
okay.
in a training class.
And how much longer will you be there?
6 months totally.
Yeah, until when?
So until the last program and on 24th on my farewell party.
Oh,
That is the
so one
last.
one more month.
Yes.
You're a senior
Yes.
already.
Yeah. That's why come here to see me. After Bali, come here.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It sounds like a fun place to be.
Mhm. So come here and see around, see the environment and everything here.
Maybe someday I'll have the opportunity.
Yes. I mean,
All
do you
right.
have any question from me?
I don't think I do. Oh, happy Eid al-Fitr, by the way.
I thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
What did you do for the holiday?
The holiday, I didn't going back to my hometown because I still have a
Okay.
program 1 month here. That's why I prefer to stay here and waiting until the program end. Maybe I will go back to my hometown, visit my parents, or after that going to Bali maybe.
Did you have a big feast or lots of food, or what did you do there?
Oh, it's so hard to find food in Idol Fitri because the inn is closed. The restaurant
Oh,
is closed here. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
just yeah, just one to in open it far away. So I need to
Oh yeah,
walk to
well, that's
find the
good. It's
food.
good for you. Get some
Yeah,
exercise.
yeah,
All
yes.
right.
With with with
Okay.
with, with a few friends.
Great.
Okay,
Is
thank
the
you. Hmm?
do they have people from all over Indonesia? Do they go to English Village, or is it just for some people?
No, lucky me, meet a lot of people from around Indonesia.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have a roommate from Lampung. Yes, my friends from Makassar, from around Indonesia.
Oh, nice.
That is good. I
Lovely.
can see many people, yes, different culture.
Yeah, yeah. You'll be able to travel around and visit them later.
Yeah, lucky
Nice.
me. When I go to Lampung, I have friends. When I go to Lombok, I have friends. Going to Bali, I have friends. That's good.
Nice. Very good.
Very, very good. By the way, thank you so much for your
My
explanation, for
pleasure.
your question.
You're very welcome. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. See you. See you when I see you.
Okay.
In
Have a
English
good
village,
evening.
yes, I will waiting for you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night.
What's going on? Freezing now?